modern world, technology is being used to help with our needs, whether it's for work, school, or personal activities. Modern technology is the new everyday product that we use consistently in our cars, mobile devices, and in our household. Sometimes we can get so used to just enjoying our new devices without worrying about how much power or energy we are using. Technology can be an important asset, but it actually has potential harm towards our environment. As a result, we need to worry about exhausting the Earth's autonomous plants and zoomus animals. As of today, our devices have caused natural resources to destruction of natural environment, soil pollution, solid waste, water pollution, air pollution, and due to industrialization of new technology, it releases many gases into our atmosphere, which is another cause towards global warming. We need to focus on the negatives of our electronics so we can help make new products or fix recent devices so we can have less environmental effects. This is all due to techno trash and e-waste. A 2002 report by Basel Action Network and Silicon Valley Toxic Coalition produced a scathing critique of how the United States deals with its techno trash. Unlike most other developed nations, the United States has refused to ratify the 1989 Basel Convention, which prohibits transportation of toxic waste, including techno trash, from one country to another. Most techno trash that don't make it to Asia usually end up in a local landfill. If any product ends up to open and exposed areas like this, it can pose risk to surrounding creatures and atmosphere. A techno trash or e-waste are electronics that are meant to be trashed. Even countries who do not have technology recycle system are still a threat to being exposed to toxic materials. Article Impact of Disposals explains what really happens to recycled techno trash. It is processed by poor workers in rural towns in places like China and India. Since these are developing countries, they don't have the resources to safely recycle technology materials, which expose many communities in these developing countries into contaminated dumps. Every year, worldwide, over 20 to about 50 million tons of electronics are being disposed. Of the 152 million of mobile devices thrown away in 2010, only 11% were collected to be recycled. Article 5, Shocking Environmental Effects of E-Waste, goes over that about most Americans get new cell phones every 12 to 18 months. Think of how many phones are being trashed every day. All the toxic that are being exposed to the air, animals, water, and seeping into our ground floors. Techno trash that ends up in landfills of toxic materials includes heavy metal, which is inherent risk to extremely dangerous and toxic methods used to dismantle them in towns. A 2007 Chantal University Medical College study showed that 88% of children in Guayaquil had dangerously elevated blood lead levels, BLL. A nearby town involved in toxic waste processing was used a basic for comparison. There, the rates of elevated blood lead levels was just below 32%. People who are in charge of recycling devices are a part of a dangerous job. Article Health Impacts of Technology Trash deeply reviews that recyclers often use hydrochloric acid strips to computer chips and other material, which creates a highly dangerous fume that dangerous for inhaling and can pollute water sources with acid. Workers who are removing parts of a TV screen or monitor of a computer are at risk of chronic lung disease. Technology corporations create nuclear dangerous for the environment. Animals, wildlife in general, and especially all humans living near the plants, even products that are made with natural products, and the corporation avoided hazardous chemicals as much as possible. But the product that you purchase still leaves a footprint. Majority of the computers and electronics contain toxic materials such as lead, zinc, nickel, flame retardant, barium, and chromium. This can cause many problems to any humans or animals. When an electronic is not properly treated, landfills toxic material can seep into groundwater. It will also affect both land and sea animals. Although the risks are well documented for humans, the detrimental health effects on animals are far less frequently discussed. What is more worrying still is that the likelihood of stray animals coming across toxic waste is far greater than a human. While stray animals are unaware of what they are coming across and could therefore ingest toxic waste from an open local landfill, in the article Suffering from Toxic Waste, Animals, especially cows, ingest, which finally results in their death. Gustav Pinto, a vegetarian surgeon, told the Times of India. What do you think that we can do to stop technology from affecting our environment? Well, to start, we can start taking responsibility for overhauling the way they produce electronics. As consumers of this, we can look for products that use recycled material and can be updated. We can stop trashing electronics when a better model comes, and we can start looking for better and newer ways to take our computers apart so that fumes or toxic waste can't leak. By looking for an alternative way for trashing our electronics, we are saving our planet and everything on it. Technology is one of our new resources. We need to start finding ways to make all products go more green. If we don't find a way to stop having our computers or any devices trashed and left in the dumps, or a better and healthier way for a recycling system, we will continue to have toxic waste in our atmospheres, grounds, ocean, and consumed by animals, both sea and land animals. Think of what happens if a cow consumes a toxic waste material just before butchered for the factory and sent to the market, not known by the markets, because in developed areas they don't have the money to check if it has been in contact with any toxic fumes or chips. So it would be sent out straight to the store ready for consumer to consume, and that could cause illness or even death. If you eat an animal that has been contaminated, you're getting a double dose of toxin. What is even worse, your body can't properly process some of these metals, and so they might take years to get out of your system. Also, this is something that not everyone is aware of, that our devices have toxic or fumes that are hazardous. By not fixing this problem, our planet will gain more emission, which is lead to global warming. My name is Felix, and thank you